Now we're recording.
Oh, you weren't before? That's disappointing for Colton.
No, we were, but I just started. Let's just try again at this point.
Fair enough. Okay, so last session we left from Thunder Tree and we're heading down towards Cragmaw Castle when we came across a whole mess of cultists and
I thought he said a whole mess of Colton.
we came across a whole mess of Colton.
God, they're everywhere.
What's the difference?
I can't handle it.
We got him to play D&D. He's basically a cultist now.
I mean, you make a fair point. So, and then we fought and killed the cultists, and then found that they had a literal cartload of people.
And a lot of chloroform.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Does this doctor weird to you?
Guys, Grumpy Cat is dead.
I know.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Grumpy
Cat died.
today?
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
It's also Minecraft's birthday today. 10 years.
I really think the other thing
can't
should have died
believe
instead.
Minecraft-
But that's cool.
Minecraft killed.
Terraria's birthday was yesterday.
Grumpy Cat.
Know that, Kelso?
I did know that because I also look at Reddit.
Freaking Reddit.
We've been over this. You've seen it because I've seen it. I've seen it and you've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this anyway. Okay.
Attacks +4.
So, and then you were interrogating. I forgot to notate his name, but you were interrogating a guy. Azim. That's right. That's right. Because I flipped open Xanathar's guide and pointed at human names and picked one. Azim.
That's a legit way to do it.
So you were interrogating Azim a little bit and found that they were abducting people, and it doesn't sound like they're having a good time.
Shia LaBeouf.
Wrong campaign.
Is it though? It's a folklore.
Tugboat, roll to see if Shia LaBeouf is in our folklore.
High or low?
Hi.
He is very much in the folklore. Hold on, I have to notate this.
Yeah!
I roll a 19.
Shia surprise!
I'm pretty sure the stats are in the chat. I can pull up the picture again if you need, but his stats are there.
Exclusively lore stuff. Untitled. Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's the monster
I
stats.
forgot about
Tuesday
this.
night for Shia LaBeouf.
Forgot about
Shia.
Diggy Diggy Hole.
Oh no, Diggy. No. I remember Diggy Diggy Hole. That's in a different document.
Uh-huh.
Shia LaBeouf. He's a cannibal, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Actual
Cannibal
cannibal.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. No, she's-
Also, you should make notations that he's brandishing a knife.
he can look up all of the stats. There's a whole great.
Oh, wait, you know what? You posted a picture of it. I could probably find it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so that's now canon.
What have I
You're
done?
welcome, internet.
Yep. No, there was something else that I forgot about that I really enjoy the idea of.
Found it.
Well, I mean that too, but that's not the one. Where is
There you go.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
It should
I'm
just be
just-
like random songs give you certain abilities, like I believe I can fly.
Are you?
That's
a
how
Mm.
I cast the fly spell when I unlock it. Thanks for the spoiler alert.
You're welcome.
So you were kind of interrogating Azim, although he was really just giving you everything you wanted.
He was just a scared kid.
Does he have any money?
Um,
He said
You
everything he
can-
wanted.
you could certainly try. And then you found the chloroform, the chemical. I'm gonna go ahead and basically say it's chloroform. That's the idea. And the cart. The cart, just so that you guys are reminded, the cart is being pulled by a mule. And so, yeah. So there's like, what did I say, like 20 people in the cart. So there's a cluster of people that at this point are pretty well in coming to. You know, they are much like Kyle and Brave would recognize the waking symptoms, where at first everything's blurry, but then once you actually are like becoming conscious, it's a pretty quick recovery.
All right, so just to remind everyone, I already divvied out. Everyone gets one black robe.
I believe we were discussing what we're gonna do, because let's not just strip the cultists in front of the women and children.
Well, I didn't. Apparently, that one was naked and feeling very awkward. We took the other bodies elsewhere. And then
Did you?
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
And then I took the robes and then I divvied them out when I came back.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm just kind of grabbing vials.
Okay.
Vroom. There were 12, right?
12
Yes,
chloroform
12.
vials. That's what I have listed.
12 vials of chemical.
Sleeping potions.
Yeah.
You like rate health potion on it. Just like
Night juice.
You know what? That's not a terrible idea. I'm gonna grab 6.
no,
Wow.
it should be great, like really badly.
You never know when these are coming useful when you're a thief, guys.
HELTH.
2 L's. 2 L's.
HELL.
Cran.
I start pocketing the 6th one. I walk off. I turn around like, I'm gonna grab one more. So I grabbed 7.
Can I grab the other 5?
You'll have to fight the bard for it.
Oh,
Or you could try asking. I'm pretty sure I was the one that found it, or else I helped someone else find it.
I helped you find it.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
it was in the most obvious spot.
Yes, that's right. You had tried everything, and I was like, okay, well, now that I'm done interrogating this poor child. Anyway. So, was someone asking me for some vials?
No, I'm good. Maybe I'll take like 2.
Sure.
He's real good at asking.
If you're giving them.
Right, as long as you're going to be responsible. If anyone tries on...
Okay. And I take a big old whiff of it because I haven't experienced this stuff before.
That's right, you have no idea what this is.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
All right, that will be. I'm pretty constitution-y. 7.
America.
What?
7.
7?
Big old 7.
Okay. You pass out.
Nice.
Unconscious. On the ground for about 10 minutes.
Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my
Nope.
god.
Well, that solves the dwarf problem.
Oh!
You know, guys, I'm this this close to just leaving this freaking thing here. Do you guys? Should we?
Hot chocolate.
No, you're out cold. Shut up.
You are straight out cold.
We would almost consider you dead. Please stop talking.
I wouldn't tell him to shut up. That's mean. But,
Dead men
I mean,
don't
you are
talk.
unconscious.
Unless you have speak with dead, in which case they sometimes talk.
Yeah. Oops.
I really hope that shows up.
Oops. That's fine. I did the thing. So,
Yeah,
what are you guys
probably
doing?
Right.
We probably
so,
should have expected him to do that. That happens. He did
that's
run
fair.
the wall last time we gave him something to look at.
Fair enough.
I beat the wall.
Let's start
Right.
getting the.
Coyle,
start
would you
getting-
help me get him back into the cart here?
We can try. Make
Remember,
a strength
5'5",
check.
like 300 pounds.
Make a strength check.
That's not too hard.
Oh, wait, hold on.
See
Where's the Fuvi? Come here. And I'm gonna have her just pull him to the cart.
She can try.
She can tie. I'll have her tie herself to one end of the cart, and then she could pull taut because that works, right?
Okay. She can make the attempt to pull them together, but she is unable to.
Oh.
He too fat. He a thick boy.
Right. Coyle, Brave, come on, all three of us together. Let's do it.
Good touch.
If the dwarf keeps mumbling in his sweep, he's about to get a bad touch. I don't think the dwarf understands how chloroform works. Not that I do or anything.
Just
I mean, of course not.
Nope.
Where's my daddy?
Your daddy dead.
My daddy.
So you guys are dragging Torin into the cart. Between the three of you, I think you can get it pretty easy. Is the cart still lined with the cloth with the chloroform?
The cart freaking breaks when I get on.
What was the question, DM?
Are you leaving it lined with the cloth that is soaked into chloroform?
No, I think we wrapped that up after we investigated the cart.
I thought I ripped that out last time.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Nope. Not that I recall, but
I was dragging people out. I didn't do anything. So my bad.
I didn't realize it was basically a tarp. I thought he was talking about like handheld rags at the time.
oh yeah, no, it was like a cloth tarp. Oops.
Right.
Shut up! You're gonna wake me up.
Is this ambient tracks?
Nope. This is people outside my window talking.
Oh hey, I don't have my ambient drinks.
Oops.
Are the poor kidnapped victims, are they starting to come around this time?
Yeah, they are doing, I mean, as well as they can for their situation.
They're trying.
All right, then. While the
Brave will go
boys are
around.
trying to figure out what they want to do with the cart, I'm gonna go over and just check in with them, comfort those who are maybe freaking out a bit.
Sing a
Just try to
lullaby.
get everyone calm down. If there's any kids that seem a bit upset or antsy, try to keep them. I don't know whether the kids are recovering faster or slower than the adults, but yeah.
Not in particular, but they're all doing. I mean, they're coming to. It doesn't appear that this drug has long-term side effects that
Mhm.
you can tell.
Right.
At least not that would be manifesting already.
They may you're a bit dumber later on.
I think that was just you.
And using a bit of prestidigitation to just clear the air around them, because I know we can only drag them so far from the thing. But just, making sure they've got fresh air to help them recover a little faster.
Isn't that
Sounds
the
good.
thing that plants do?
Sorry, what was that?
Prestidigitation. That's what plants do, right?
No.
You must be a druid.
No, that's paralysis.
What plants are you in contact with?
Suddenly, vines all over the place, picking Warren up, screaming, "I am a druid!"
Oh, I've seen this anime. I don't like it.
Okay. So, what are you guys gonna do? They're coming too.
Right.
We
I'd say
shouldn't
we
have
send them
put
back to
Torn
town.
into the thing that way, or into the. I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know.
I
what you're
have
saying.
no idea what they're trying to say.
The cart. We shouldn't have put Torn in the cart. We should have taken the tarp off, left it open so that they could all hop in, right back to whatever or towns.
Thought we were taking out the cart. We put Torin in it, but we can put everyone else back in it and drive back to their town.
Well, if we
one
wait a
of
bit
them-
longer, I'm sure one of them will be capable enough to drive them back to town.
Exactly.
Question for the DM.
Okay.
Did Hazim tell us? I feel like Hazim told us last time where they took these people from. Was this on our way to, or would it take us
Back
the opposite direction from Kragma Castle?
Back from.
So based on the map that you found on the leader's body, you would already know that these people have been taken from several different villages, small towns, and settlements. So it would take you a good amount of time if you were to travel with them, to get them all back to their respective towns.
All right. How many of the people from the group were from Hasim's town?
There is not any kind of inventory of people, so
No, but
We could send them to the
asking
nearest
Hasim.
ones, and they can sort themselves out.
I want to know who was from Hasim's town.
you would have to talk to all of them.
I was going to ask Hasim because he's still conscious. And
Oh, that's true.
we didn't just kill him after we got our information.
Right. Let's see. I didn't really decide on a voice because he was just crying. And at this point, he's probably stopped. He's probably stopped crying, but he's still tied up. Yeah, well, I'm actually from the other side of the sea. I'm not from over here. I don't know what that voice is, but it's what he's doing now, so that's what I'm rolling with.
It's a little bit of Boondocks going on or something.
A little bit, yeah.
we done talk like this all of a sudden.
Right.
It's so contrasted from last week.
He was crying last week.
But he didn't have a full-on hick accent. I mean,
Would you rather me just have him cry the whole time so that I
you know
can be
what?
consistent?
He's a little bit bitch. Why not?
You didn't know that.
He's been crying for
You
a
didn't
while.
know his life. You didn't know what he's been through.
The thief cares not for your personal opinions, but he does care for your personal possessions.
How did that work out for you last time?
As the player or as the character? Because you're asking the player.
Just saying, you paid me.
That was intentional. Okay.
Yes. Someone who's
That's-
so interested in my personal possessions is giving away money because of how I
did
feel
it
about him.
because I didn't want the dwarf to know. Which thankfully this conversation is that he's out cold. But hey.
Right. So there's not anyone in the group that could vouch for Hasim's character. Mr. I was just led astray. I was just trying to make ends meet and all that.
Correct.
Interesting.
I'm re-rolling that.
I'm a freaking dwarf.
It has not been 10 minutes.
So
Yes, it has.
Go
you will
away.
be notified.
10
You will be notified when you are awake.
It's actually been like 10
10
minutes. It's been like half a minute.
Oh gosh.
15.
I say that we just send them to the nearest town. They can figure it out on their own from there. We kind of have other things to be dealing with.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Quick question, DM. I don't know if this was
Okay.
addressed earlier, but the victims that were all unconscious in there, were they bound all, or were the
Nope.
cultists just relying
just
on them
kinda-
staying unconscious because of drugs?
They were actually just loose in the cart. They were relying on the drug and the tarp that was covering them to keep the drug kind of strong and potent.
So kind of picture like Black Plague body cart.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. That's what I was
Except-
picturing.
Except it's a little bit of a higher wall, and they were stacked in there like sardines, not like haphazardly.
Bring out your bodies.
Bring out your dead.
Bodies.
Won't be back
yeah.
until next Tuesday. I feel
Is
better.
that Shia LaBeouf?
I could go for a walk.
No.
Right. So, as they're waking up, who's, well, as they're waking up, I'm asking his team. So, who here did you pick up at the closest?
He would. Azim will just kind of point to a group of a woman and two children, and he'll just kind of. They're the ones that we picked up last.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna.
What are you going to do for food?
Hmm.
I'll get
I'm
Coach
thinking
House
Arby's.
later, probably. Or actually, hold on, guys. I'm gonna mute myself for a sec.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and show Hazel the map with the 3 different towns that are circled, which I don't think we have reference of whatsoever. So
I don't think the DM sent us anything, if that's what you're referencing.
yes.
Tinkin. When the DM comes back, I'll ask if there's anyone that looks like a responsible type, like, maybe a father, a shop owner, a farmer, someone who we can entrust to then return everybody to their rightful homes, and who we could probably entrust to, here, he's your prisoner now.
Have fun. Murder him. Don't murder him. That's not our concern anymore.
Let him face the town's justice.
I'm back.
Right.
I think mass kidnapping probably won't end well for him.
Probably not.
Probably
Just saying,
not.
if you want to leave him to street justice, you can. I'm just saying, let's look at the let's look at what the probable answer will be.
Look, I'm not from around here. I'm not any government official. And I'm not going to babysit one more sorry soul. So we send him off. These folks can take him to meet their own city's official form of justice.
Agreed.
Um,
I'm gonna kind of like motion for Aislinn to like step away from the people we're talking about, So we can have this
right.
conversation a little bit more privately. Unlike some people. I agree that we should just we don't have time for this. This isn't our problem. I agree. We should probably leave him tied up though, because
Of course.
he's only one guy, but most of them are pretty out of it. I say we just
Right. No,
we wait for
he's
the dwarf
a
to wake up.
criminal. He stays a prisoner until he's delivered over to the proper authorities or whatever passes for authority in these parts.
That's not our concern.
Indeed.
It's theirs. They'll figure. I mean, let's look at realistically. If they murder him before they even get back to the town, that's not our issue. And quite frankly, mass kidnapping, I mean, kind of warranted. But that's neither here nor there.
Preying on the innocent gets you into all kinds of hot water. Justice has a way of finding you no matter what you do. So, leave him to his fate.
Some a little bit more easily than others, I assume.
Indeed. But I'm not exactly the hammer of justice.
No.
Not my job. Don't care for it to be my job. Can hand him off to someone who knows the hammer a little more personally.
Don't let the dwarf hear you say that.
I know hammers. At this point, Torrin's
Only
probably
boys
waking
need
up.
it.
Yeah. I'm a dwarf.
Yeah, that's their problem. We should just leave them to it. We can just, I mean, looking at the map, we could probably just send them to the nearest one. I don't know.
They would be. They're
with it themselves.
They're local enough that they would probably be able to find their. I mean, yeah, following the road that you guys are on, they'd come to a signpost within the hour and be able to find their way back to the nearest town. Yeah.
Great. So you said there's men, women, and children all mixed in there.
Yeah.
Who's the for lack of a better term, the strongest looking man, or whoever seems to be the strongest person there, best able to handle themselves, who could probably manhandle a sobbing teenager who's been tied up?
There is. Let's see.
I'm primarily looking for something like a decisive-looking farmer or a very practical-looking mom type. You know,
there is in like a imagine like an apron and very practical-looking, like almost smithing smithware. There's a burly-looking halfling female.
Perfect.
Yeah. And
she's freaking hot. Torrance checking her out.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. And so are you
Torrance
approaching?
trying to get his legs to work at the moment, so
Torrance doesn't need his legs to look.
Hold on, I'm gonna go close my door real quick because Will's down there wooing, hooping and hollering because he's playing Mark and Smash.
That sounds about right. Tell Mark I said hi.
Oh, Mark. Okay, no. Sorry.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh,
Hello, Mark.
This would have been Mark, Hobo Mark from Summer 17.
Oh.
That's not as fun.
Yeah,
This is 2 years ago, guys.
Okay, so
Right.
you're approaching?
I'm going to approach her as when they're starting to look fairly clear-headed and that sort of thing.
Yeah. So I'm terrible at female voices. So I'm.
So just drop
she's a really forged-looking woman. You
Yeah.
can do a sort of medium range.
Right. Kind of a little bit of this.
No, make it super deep.
Hey.
Not your job. He's not here to play to your fetishes.
Torrance fetish is met.
Did he say Nets? I heard Nets.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
I'm gonna grab Fury and kind of just keep her a little close to me.
Hey there, you hairy boy.
Okay, we're done here.
It's a nice.
Session's over, guys. Go home.
So she'll she's not like wringing her hand, like kind of not sure what to do with her hands. And she not nervous, just kind of like, all right,
She wants to do something now.
Yeah. She'll see you walking over towards her, and hi, are you the one who freed me from this?
That we are, Miss. My name's Aislinn, and you are?
Name's Lida. Just for reference, Lidda. Lida.
Lida. Pleasure to meet you, Lida. So, looks like your captors didn't really have any interest in settling things in a more, lost the word entirely, sociable manner. So we've had to dispatch with all of them.
I see that.
I
would have done it myself if not for the drug.
I'd have held them for you. But there's one youngin' that surrendered peaceful-like, and so I'm not really from around here. I thought it best to just leave him up to local judgment. But we're sort of headed in the opposite direction of where y'all came from, so I thought I'd leave him in your custody if you seem a responsible woman. You think you could get the rest of these back to where they came from?
Aye, that sounds easy enough. I'll make sure he's strung up by his toes. Left to be picked by the crows.
And we are definitely speaking loud enough for him to hear. And
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Glancing over my shoulder. That should teach him a lesson. You're a merciful.
Merciful what?
Woman.
Oh. Aye, well, he might get a little beaten all on the way. We'll see.
Hell hath no fear like a woman's scorn.
You mean the 9 planes?
Yeah, okay.
There's actually a specific circle in the 9 hells specifically created by a woman's scorn. You don't want to go there.
That's actually the 10th, and nobody talks about it.
Asmodeus is even scared of it.
She's like, yeah, I try to stick to the other 9 when I get the chance.
He lost the 10th in the settlement. And he's okay with that.
Oh, it's his woman's scorn.
Of course.
Yeah. So she'll kind of go over and she'll grab his bindings, the one like his hand bindings, and she'll pull him real roughly up to his feet. And
which is hilarious because he's like twice as tall as her, so she pulls him up by the waist, and now he's standing.
Well, so
but he's also bent over double.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then she'll just kind of, all right then, everybody, let's get to move on.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Bye.
Alright, so they're doing that now that
camp.
So now that Torrance coming around, I'll just sort of kind of clap him on the shoulder and start dragging him along on the road toward the castle.
Sounds
Come
good.
on, Torrance.
Her-
Got
For
her
a
with
second,
hunt.
for a second, I thought she was saying that he was still on the cart, and then
No,
they were dragging him on.
Sort of. And people are getting ready to get into the cart, so I'm like, let's make room. Come on, Torin, we've got a wizard to hunt down.
But, Lita, call me.
I don't know what that means.
Scream my name.
What did he say?
I said, scream my name.
Oh, that is what you said.
Oh, that is not that I misheard. If he actually said that in character, Aislin's gonna kind of smack him upside the head, Agent Gibbs style.
I freaking love games.
I'm gonna need you to make a deck save for this backhand.
Well, I mean, I believe it's an attack, an unarmed, which is that would be a modified 21.
Ooh.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Don't
I
mess with
have-
the hands of a bard.
I have resistance to bludgeoning.
Yeah, we're gonna you do not.
Roll for team kill.
I don't. No, I don't. My bad.
We're
You're
gonna
not
but-
raging.
but we're gonna not do that. So
Roll for
to
team
clar-
kill.
To clarify where Ken had that idea, when I first gave him the armor, I was like, I'll give him resistance. That's really, really, really strong. And so I backed off on it and gave him a little more AC instead.
Oh,
so-
what'd you put the AC at?
I think I would have to look at the
Plus
message.
6.
Okay.
Brr, 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 brr. Brr, 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 brr.
How does it go?
Brr, brr, brr. Brr, 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 brr. Okay. Mhm.
Good one.
Yeah, that's just the hold on. Hold on.
I can check it out. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm already scrolled like all the way. Okay. Yeah, your AC should be at 19.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So you guys are headed towards Cragmaw Castle. It'll take you several more hours, and at this point, you are, you're kind of trudging through some more backwood trails, although it does seem that these trails have been used with frequency recently. The tall grass that surrounds this trail has been downtrodden. The entrance to it was not hidden whatsoever. It would appear that these goblins are being a little, not careless and reckless, just they're not expecting anybody to come looking for them.
Excellent.
Can I do a perception, kind of get an idea if there's goblin bodies all over the place, or if there's something more subtle, like a giant freaking trap?
You can certainly try, yeah.
That is an 18.
18?
Plus- Hold on. 21.
Okay, as far as you can tell, there are no traps, there are no bodies or anything. However, this trail has been frequently used by goblins, and I'll give you with a perception of 21. You can see that there are a couple of other humanoid footprints that are also along this path.
Nice.
So, goblins and a couple of things that seem a little bigger.
Cool. Kind of. Yeah, would Torin recognize it?
Things that are a little bigger.
Yeah. Roll a survival check.
Oh, that is a 7.
Yeah. At this point, you're not much of a tracker.
Okay.
So you managed to notice the footprints, but you wouldn't know what they.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Probably like 250. Light skin.
So you're going through, and you come out like through the trees. You're able to notice the castle a little bit before you actually come out towards the clearing that surrounds it.
I think we don't walk straight into the clearing once we start noticing that there is a clearing up ahead.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so it is approaching evening and dusk at this point. So, are you guys planning on setting up camp, or do you want to dive in the castle tonight?
Night raid.
I enjoy the. Do you get advantage to stealth at night, or at least
I would
at night per se,
strongly. I would strongly take your the darkness into consideration for your stealth rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Although I
Wouldn't
do believe,
necessarily.
Not that I have.
right, I do believe that goblins and others have dark vision.
Dark
There's
vision out to
actually
60.
yeah. So they do. Goblin have dark vision out to 60. Those have dark vision out to 60.
You know who
So, yeah.
doesn't have dark vision?
Humans.
A rogue.
Yeah.
And Dragonborn, but we don't have one of those, so.
Yeah.
If
So
the other
yeah,
two
I
want
mean,
to look around from a safe distance.
Yeah,
We can do
about
that
how far
before-
from the tree line to across? How far from the tree line is the castle?
we'll say it's like 150 yards.
All right, 50 yards, 150 feet. Good to know.
No, 150 yards. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
triple that.
150 yards. Okay, that's different. Like 450 feet.
Yeah, it's a pretty big clearing. You would be able to see this castle is not particularly large. This was probably like a rich family's castle. Yeah, estate. So, in the growing dusk, you would still be able to see the wreckage of some farming equipment. So it appears that this field area surrounding the castle, in part, would have been used to grow their own food to supply the estate. Yeah, but it has not been used for that in a long time.
Well, I'm going to start setting up camp. If either of you would like to go take a look on ahead, you are welcome to, but please don't be seen.
Right.
Okay.
I say
You say what?
I say we take advantage and head towards the castle. Start scouting. Personally.
Start scouting it, or
Start scouting it, yeah. But if we don't, if everybody else gets
Scouting or recon?
fine. Either, well, recon probably. I don't know the difference between the two, but
Scouting is a much closer
yeah.
connotation to it.
Let's see here. I mean, I can do minor illusion to help us stay more hidden, but we'd have to move very slowly because I can only cover about 5 feet in a cube at a time.
somebody in this scouting party, give me a survival check.
All right.
I mean, I have silent image, which we could use the
I
same
roll
way.
survival check.
I'm losing things. Okay, there we go. So 14 is that
What's your modifier?
18.
18?
Total.
Okay. Looking out into the field between the woods, the thick woods, and the castle itself, the grass has grown to be pretty tall, and with careful and slow movement, you, with an 18, would feel like you could reasonably, especially you as a ranger, with a survival check of 18, you'd feel reasonably sure that you could move pretty well and unseen, albeit slowly, through the grass, unless somebody like came out of the castle or came out of the woods and like walked on top of you.
All right. So, I'd suggest start circling and trying to see if there are any entrances or exits as heavily fortified into the castle.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up my map here of the castle. All right. So there is. So we'll say that. So the main gate, which is kind of where you guys are coming through the wood, the main gate, which faces the west, does not appear to be fortified in any way. So I'll just read the description here. The castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights, but the upper stories are all varying in collapse. A short flight of steps leads up to a terrace in front of the main entryway. Past the wreckage of a pair of sundered doors lies a shadowed hall. Round towers loom over the entryway with dark arrow slits looking down on the terrace. And if you are, are you going, to make this easier, are you going clockwise or counterclockwise around the tower?
Let's go clockwise.
Clockwise? Okay.
Ooh.
So you circle a good distance around the castle. Roll stealth with advantage.
Stealth.
Yeah. Okay. Roll again and take the higher. Cool. So 19 plus your dex, 20. Okay. Yeah. You feel very confident that you are well hidden as you are circling the castle. I should have asked for that first, but it's fine. Everything's fine.
This is fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
This was more of like if he was really low, he might not have stayed hidden, but it would have had to be really low. And then look here. So what are you looking for?
Any entrances or...
Okay, so you are specifically looking. Okay.
Yeah.
Since you're actively looking, make a perception check.
1 second. Perception. That is 19.
19? Cool. Because you're already moving slowly, and stuff, I'm not going to make you move any more slowly to be actively looking. About a quarter of the way around the tower, so most of the way around the north side of the castle, you do notice a very gently worn footpath that is approaching, that goes up towards the castle. And following the footpath up towards the wall of the castle, you notice that there is a damaged portion of the wall. It doesn't look like necessarily there is a hole here, but there is a footpath that leads right up to the wall. So, then
How far away am I from the wall?
I don't know, how far away are you from the wall?
Shoot, she looked up this.
There's 150 yards, approximately, all the way around the castle between the woods and the castle itself.
Can I get within 10 yards of the castle?
You certainly can.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so you're up to 10 yards within the castle. That's about 30.
All right. I will cast detect magic on the wall to see if I can.
Okay. So cast and detect magic actually casts it on yourself, and in general, you cast it on yourself, and you detect magic, I think, within 10 feet of yourself. So you would have to get 20 feet closer, unless I'm mistaken on the range. I'm looking at a range. Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is rate or
detect magic. Oh, it is 30 feet of you, so you are in range to reach the castle of the being able to detect. You do not detect magic coming from that portion of the wall. However, just kind of like in the village of Thunder Tree, where you were able to kind of pick up on something just out of range, you do very slightly detect a pull of magic. It would be to your right, which would be, for anybody picturing the castle, it would be slightly west of where the footpath ends. So there is not any magic covering the wall.
Okay. Interesting. Alrighty. I'll slowly scout around the rest of the castle walls.
Okay. Are you backing up, or are you staying within 30 feet of the castle?
I'm gonna back up.
Okay.
It's also worth noting, Colton, that it's blocked by 1 foot of stone, an inch of metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet or more of wood/dirt.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't detect anything on the other end of that wall if you were, say, next to it.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't trying to detect anything on the wall. I was trying, or on the other side of the wall. I was trying to detect anything on the wall.
Right. I know. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. I know, man. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll keep going clockwise. The
Okay.
castle from about 30 yards back.
Sounds good. You continue around the castle. On the eastern face of the castle, there is nothing of note. And then, as you are coming about halfway around the southern face, there is an overgrown path that leads up to a passage, an overgrown path leads to a passage that climbs up into the wall. A large iron door stands here, sheltered from direct outside attack. Arrow slits 10 feet above the ground overlook the path.
Okay.
And then you finish coming around the southern wall and back around to the western wall where you started your scout. And you'd be able to head back to your comrades pretty easily.
All right. All right.
So how much of this information are you relaying?
I will relay all of it back to the team.
Cool.
Or
So-
the party. Yeah. So you guys are all made aware of this, and I'm thinking of a plan for how we could go about possibly trying to pull what's his face out of Pragmar.
Do you think you're going
Or
to
convince
extract
him
him
to reveal
first?
himself. What?
You're thinking of extracting him first?
No, I'm thinking of trying to make him reveal himself.
So you
You
want
want to
you
lure
want him to
him
make
out.
the first move.
Yeah, kind of.
Not entirely sure that's the best decision, but I'll keep it noted.
You're more familiar with him, right? Do you think a very likely possibility? Is he easy enough to goad into something like that?
He's an intellectual. He would have planned something in advance, I'm sure. Or at least see right through it. I don't think baiting him is going to be something that'll be efficient.
Right. The best way to take on an intellectual is to get him off balance. Which getting him outside of his controlled environment would be ideal, but if he's a good practical intellectual, he'll already know that and be harder to convince to leave his lair, so to speak.
Keep in mind that we've already flushed him from one location. He's probably not going to back down from this one.
And I'm more
Especially
than
when you
willing to bet
consider
that's-
the size difference as I gesture to the estate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than willing to bet that footpath on the northern wall is possibly his escape route.
I would imagine.
So if we could somehow direct all the enemies towards one part of the wall while he makes his escape, because he realizes that there's a party towards him, party coming after, he'll make his way for his escape. We could at that path there.
We should definitely choke point any potential routes out, but I think he might fight this one. But of course, as I said, we definitely should do that anyway. Can't really tell when with sleazy people like that. As we're discussing, I'm just going to go ahead and cast alarm.
Around our campsite?
Yes, but our campsite should probably be either south or to the north, somewhere a good distance from said path.
Ari will speak up and say, "Well, if we camp for the night, I can in the morning pray and be able to cast Hold Person."
That is a good idea. That is a really good idea.
Definitely keep that one on hold.